turning $20 to $1,000 isn't something exactly that easy, so I think we need to start with some rules. In the last video, it was kind of all over the place, and rules weren't exactly set. I knew I wanted rules to be set somehow, just didn't exactly know how I wanted to incorporate them. Now I have everything finalized, and I think everything's fairly fair. Now I think okay. Everything makes sense now. I believe most people that do challenges like this, starting from very low, small budget and going up, I feel like a lot of the rules that they incorporate aren't exactly fair. And most of them start with already connections or already using a built eBay account or already influencers with following. But me starting from the bottom with little to no experience at all, I feel like that's extremely relatable. It gives a much more natural relation to someone who may be in the same boat as me. You know, just learning, wanting to learn even more, wanting to build connections and whatnot, and wanting to explore more of the Pokemon community. So with the rules, rule number 1, and the most important rule, start with $20 and $20 only. Not wanting to take any gifts, not wanting to borrow from anybody, not using any of my own cards or any of my own collection or inventory or whatever. Even though 99% of Pokemon stuff I own right now is being auctioned off on eBay. And I believe currently it's only at $7 at the moment. And if you've seen the inventory from last video, you can see how crazy that is, to be honest. Rule number 2, only Pokemon TCG products allowed. Singles, bulk lots, promos, sealed packs, graded cards, etc. Whatever I can get my hand on that has a Pokemon name on it. Mainly a piece of cardboard is what we're going after. I am maybe wanting to dabble in sealed once we get farther down with a larger budget, but bulk and singles is definitely much more appealing for me at this moment and with the budget that we are working with. Rule number 3, all profits must be reinvested. New inventory can only be bought using money earned from previous flips. Meaning I will not be adding money. Say if I'm short $1, $2, or even $700, I will not be adding money. Whatever budget I have at the moment is the budget that will be used. It will be used. It will be used for further investments. Every transaction will be tracked. I will show the buy price, the sale price. I'll try to keep up with my asking price and what I'm expecting to get from it and what I do get from it. I'll be showing profit, obviously. That's probably the most important thing with this. After fees, before fees, implementing every little fee, trying my best. We'll be tracking inventory as much as I can, because that's one thing I can't stand with challenges is you see someone, they started with $1 and they're going to $10,000 and they're up to $700 already. I can't remember what inventory they have. I think that's fairly annoying. I don't know if there's too much ways to implement how to show you inventory as much as you can, but I will be trying my best to constantly remind y'all of the net inventory that we have at the moment and what's listed. And the budget will only be affected by what's bought and the net profit that comes in. If something sells for $9, only the after fee amount will be used. Number 5, another very important rule that I feel like is super hard to trust a lot of people with, hard to trust a lot of channels with. Legit sales only. I know this kind of goes hand in hand with having the connections and knowing who to buy from or knowing who to sell from, being able to call a random person and be like, hey, I got this, buy it at above market price. I think that's a little goofy. I understand wanting to get content out and whatnot, but if you're trying to be real about what you're doing, it doesn't really make sense. We got rule 6. Rule 6. No freebies, no handouts. No handouts from viewers, friends. I don't want them sending cards. I don't even have too many friends that are... I don't have any friends at all that do anything with Pokemon TCG that I know of. Nothing will be accumulated from anyone that I'm acquainted with. That's a lot of words. That doesn't make sense, does it? Nothing will be handed to me. And if it is, I'll give them money or something. I'll make it fair. I'm trying to make this as fair as possible. And rule number 7, the $1,000 goal. We are trying to achieve the $1,000. I've considered this before. This challenge may take a while, especially with the way market has been recently. I know a lot of people are saying that everything's starting to crash. Everything's starting to kind of plateau. I mean, it is what it is. Market's always going to move, no matter what it is. Market will always move unless, I don't know, nuclear warfare. The challenge is not going to end until $1,000 is accumulated. And something that else I'm adding on to it that I haven't talked about before. I'll talk about it a little bit later. I am implementing the vault, and that will be talked about in a little bit. Another thing this challenge will have is milestones. I want this challenge to start out as fair as possible. Put myself in the shoes of anybody random getting into this, which I mean basically I am. Like I said in the previous video, I've only been doing this for about a month, and I still have no clue what I'm doing at all. It's just. But with the milestones, we have level 1. I'm calling this one the broke dealer. With this, I will only be using my phone. I have a laptop, a label printer, and a scale that I mainly use for all my other shipping. None of that will be used for the first, I think, 3 rounds. For the first 3 levels, those will not be used. Everything will be done on my phone. Labels will be written by hand, this hand. Or they will be scanned with a QR code if it's through eBay and I go to the post office for that. Milestone 2, level 2. Name of this one I call it is Potential Hustler. Like, you get to level 2, you have a little bit of potential. The requirements for level 2 are $50 and have at least $10 in value in the vault. Level 2 unlocks a digital scale, and the main purpose of a digital scale is honestly just help guesswork. Say if you get you get a bigger order and you don't know exactly if it's an ounce or 2 or 3 ounces, or even if we do start doing bundles, if we get to that point, I mean, within $50 of the sales, or especially when we get higher up, obviously we're going to be doing higher bundle sales will be made, basically. I have a couple ideas in my mind of listings I want to do that you don't see too often. Maybe they don't get done often for a reason, and I'm just kind of not fully there in the head, but we'll figure that out as it goes on. Level 2, I'll still be sourcing with my phone and all the work, filing stuff, posting, listing. And then we have level 3, which is the big first milestone. This is the milestone that definitely going to want to get to as soon as possible, but it's for sure going to take some grit, motivation, and hustle. Level 3's name, the cardboard dealer. The requirements for level 3 are $125 of liquid cash and at least $50 of value in the vault. Level 3 will unlock me the label printer, and it will be able to unlock me whatnot. Now with the label printer, I am making an exception of being able to use my laptop just for the labels, just because my label printer's stupid and it never works for my Bluetooth on my phone. So I just have a USB cord running to it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You don't care. I don't care. That's my only exception. No comps, no sourcing, no posting, listing, tracking, anything. I think that's fair. I think that's just because my label printer's stupid. I could go buy another label printer, but we'll figure that out later on. But another huge one, this is why the milestone's so huge, is it unlocks Whatnot. And Whatnot, if you don't know what it is, it's basically a live auction. It's like, I've heard someone say before, I don't know who said it. I heard someone say before, it's like TikTok and eBay had a baby, which makes sense, and I'd probably pay to see that. But you just swipe. It's a real good way to liquidate. And also to grow an audience. I think it's super cool being able to grow an audience and get a following. That's one of my goals for sure with this whole thing. I don't know, documentary, whatever this thing is. And that's basically that for level 3, milestone 3, the cardboard dealer. And the next level, you go from a cardboard dealer to a desk worker. And that's the little hint right there. I'll be at a desk. Level 4 will unlock me the computer, if I ever get there. The requirements for that are $250 of liquid cash plus $100 in the vault. So level 4, I get to unlock the computer. Giant milestone. Definitely a good milestone. Unlocking the computer will definitely help track transactions. As of the baby stages and whatnot, everything will be written on pen and paper. I would use my phone, but I like it being a little bit, I like the lines, they get the little line things. But yeah, a computer would definitely help with spreadsheets. I'm kind of been learning about spreadsheets and formulas and getting constant error codes, but I'll figure them out sooner or later. Computer would definitely help with multiple orders. And then the last level. This is when I go basically completely psycho and start talking to myself. This is called the King of Trees, level 5. Requirements for this are $500, liquid cash, and a $300 value in the vault. At this point, everything is free game. Everything is unlocked. If I have to start forcing people to buy stuff, I will, basically. Hold people against their own will to buy my stuff. Everything's free game. So, not too much level 5. Everything's unlocked. If nothing got mentioned that in any of the other levels that were unlocked, level 5, it's there. Cool. I'll use it. So, that's basically the last level. Anything after that, hopefully we'll have the $1,000. Challenge will be complete. Oh, and to finish the challenge, I am wanting to finish the vault at least $500 worth of value. So $1,000 liquid cash and $500 value within the vault. I think that's a super cool, super good, super thing. It's super. It's cool, But that's that for this. It's kind of a in between. No really good content. It's kind of just me just yapping. Just wanting to get the rules out there. Wanting a good understanding. Wanting a good road path for me to understand too. And there's not too much of a headache. Definitely going to be trying to implement a better system for how posting works and recording and stuff. Obviously, I'm new to recording. Never done this before. Might get nervous. Probably don't know how to talk correctly. I get butterflies too. Yeah, that's it. That's the rules. Episode 1.5.